Hello and welcome to more Missile Testulous. Got a game on Styx. I didn't do the intro for the last one. I was too excited to be playing Missile Testulous to do it. So here's the less unhinged and more relaxed version of this. Team 1 INS, Team 2 OSP. Team 1 we got Gamma, Tyr, Basil, and Pyrope. Team 2, Shaders, Mineris, Dramus, and Ketavor, who is Rymark. They're all on voice comms. All Coliseum folks. And I'm also spectating alongside Subtle Hubris. We don't have a voice call full of people this time, which is probably for the best. Sometimes that gets really hectic. And even though I need like a lot of extra eyes and ears when we're testing things like battleships, since battleships aren't really my forte, I think I can cut it on missiles alone. Obviously, that's not the only change on the testing branch, but that's what we're focusing on. There have been a lot of changes to point defense, to AMM functionality, to PD controller as regards AMMs. The salvo planner is a huge deal. Being able to mount support missiles, support modules in your warhead slot is a huge deal. We got all these things. We're tooling around with all of them. Obviously, last game I didn't mess around with most of these directly. The idea was to have a build that can overwhelm AMM heavy defensive builds, because I know Pyrope does that, but it didn't wind up working out that way. So that's fine. Jumping down here with the USP team. Got some shuttles. Probably Mineris. Yep. Rocket shuttles. Shuttles. Oh, and these are classic rocket shuttles with locks on them. And AMMs possibly, or maybe just chaff. Yeah, chaff. Oh, yeah. And one double container launching 250 monitor? Oh, I might. Nice. Shaders. Double 450s, double 450s, and then, oh, missile backpack. Or missile sidearm? I don't know what to call them on bulkers, because they are on the back side of the angle that they'd normally go in from. You know, this is forwards, quote unquote, just with how they're going to be fighting. So, I don't know. One has decoys, one has a missile sidearm, and one LRT EWR tug. Very nice. How do you get the power for this? Oh, you dump the normal radar and then load it down. This is actually very expensive. And very ballsy. I respect it. Rymark rocking MDs, triple MD bulkers. Tramus has a well-rounded build as per the usual. Just being team anchor. Very nice. 450 and 250, a cello with a little bit of anti-jam and a lot of point defense. One EWR monitor with more PD, and then a bunch of capping shuttles with jams, pinpoints, rockets, and guns. Pretty good fleet out of these guys. I like it. I like the comp. Okay, Tyr has yes sack. Basically, that's what this is. Amon Ra, Anubis, Tooth, Toth, and Apophis. Nice. Respect it. I'm not sure if that's just Egyptian fanboying or Stargate fanboying, but in either case, we are contesting Zone Dagger. I like it. Obviously, the dildo of consequences is slightly less Stargatey / Egyptian-y, but that's okay. All right, we got this fucking monstrosity. What is Pyro created this time? 450s on the front, rails in the back. Bullseye sacked a lot of point defense for S3s, presumably hybrids. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and some torpedoes, a lot of AMMs. The enemy is securing zone destroyer with, there's some missiles being fired. Oh, okay, those are rockets being fired at Gamma stuff. Gamma very able to dodge. Actually, one of the most terrifying voxel layers out there. Ate a little bit of fire, but mostly fine. I think a lot of that's actually from the Masters. and one Rail Destroyer. Loaded down with defenders and a couple 120 cannons. Bruh. Pyro just fucking killing it on the weird builds. I love it. It never gets old. Gamma, of course, rocking basically as simple as it gets voxel team. Not triple voxels, but double voxels plus a trio of E-War sprinters. Ah, no. 2 E-War sprinters and 1, like, scout ship. With arming missiles and a little bit of chaff. And that's this is like a super powerful build. And finally, we get to Basil with, looks like the same build. Fighting voxel. Defenders. Okay, a little bit extra PD on the sprinters, not as much jamming, and also locking radars. Plus a little shitty little gun range. Nice. I like it to round out the points. Mad respect. Okay, what has been going on during this? A lot of Yub coming out and going into the wall. Go on. A little bit of land. OSP and ANS kind of break even on points right now, though OSP will eventually be getting the advantage when they cap Echo. However, OSP has given... Yeah, I guess it's kind of even on cap ship sacrifice. ANS has lost 1. OSP's basically lost 1 down here. Also got... Oh, right. We got the overlay still isn't showing up on OBS. I need to fix that. Let's say I've also got Carson hanging out in voice comms deafened for some inexplicable reason. The minds of the mods are unknowable. Ooh, EWR getting spotted and eating some railfire and some 120 and 250 shots. Or just 250. And rails. And this might be about to eat a whole bunch of missiles. It's going to depend on... God, this is such an expensive volley. Where is this going? There's so many S3Hs, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? And these are presumably about 20 to 24 points a pop. Which is a cool 300 points of missiles right here. Where is this going? I really hope this is going after 1 mass driver. Bulker. Although, I was about to say it wouldn't be points effective, but yeah, it would, because these are 1,000 a pop. Let's see. Oh my god, if these sniff these rocket shuttles, I'm gonna lose my mind. Because these are A-Red Actrat, I'm pretty sure. Where are these going? What is this cruise? No way. Alright, they're released. They're released from their cruise path. And they're just gonna go into the void. Oh, man. No, don't jam them. Don't jam them. Yikes. Yeah, these are, whoops. I was looking forward to seeing a phenomenal Galaxy Brain missile strike, but instead we just see that. It's kind of sad. Ah, well, such is the way of things. Sizable S2 strike coming out here on Gamma. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. This build has quite a bit of PD, and even though it's just defenders, defenders are really strong on their own. These have been eating mass driver fire. Fucking bugs. Like, no tomorrow. Oh, man. That is one unhappy voxel. In fact, these are, I believe these were, yeah, these are track fired, so they might not be able to sniff the voxels with how fucking fast they are. That's exactly what's, oh! One of them sniffs. Corkscrew! No, weave? Or maybe they're just wiggling, just because they're wiggling. I actually can't tell if this is weave or just weird wiggle problems. Ooh, looks like they're running out of gas. No, 1 land on the nose. Not great, but start. Gamma heading towards Echo. Gonna be able to grab that uncontested, quote unquote, but is eating just a ton of mass driver fire on the way in. Looks like ANS, after capturing Delta, is pretty much giving up on it. Oh, GMS is actually Basal. Lesb is Gamma. They have very similar builds. It's so many fucking PSSJs on these things. Going up to Charlie Point, but there's just nothing up here anymore, man. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. There is a shuttle parked on the point who's gonna dodge these and actually grazer a couple of them away. That's pretty funny. AMM's coming out. AMM's not cutting it. The Bit Crusher. Wendy, you can't be spamming me while I'm doing this. Sorry about those noises. Put out of that. Bit Crusher just eating a ton. Fire. Yeah, that is not good. 5 restores, 5 teams. It'll be able to, well, it'll be a while, but it should be able to come back to 1 degree. It also has a few large lockers that are downed, or 1 large locker that is downed. Ooh, that's good catch by Subtle Hubris.
The enemy is securing zone Eclipse.
Who is in voice comms actually, just muted. I don't know why I typed. It's pretty funny though. Some real pain right there. And I know nobody in this lobby is just like MIDI grade quality, so they didn't know any better. No, that's definitely a misclick. Sometimes you try to micro really fast, and oh man. Concentrated EWR down there on the echo point. I think both players slave their ships to that right at the same time. How many fucking missiles does Tyr have? Still has, looks like, yeah, he still has quite a few. It's probably 20 more missiles. In addition to what has recently come out. Guy, OSP has gotten on Delta and capped it, but they do have a large volume of missiles coming in. No, those aren't going for Delta, those are going... I don't really know. Looks like they're going for a rock. They might be heading for the Andalusite. Nope. Thinking left. Headed back to the Bit Crusher. Hitting that again. Could be very effective, but it might be better served on a better target just for softening it up. It's really hard to kill bulkers with missiles, but you can weaken them severely. Oh no, these are going somewhere else. Where are these going? I haven't figured out Tyr's missile style yet, since this is actually my 3rd time? 4th time? Seeing him in a game. EWR gonna eat a bunch. And then Ketawar actually dodging one and eating quite a few in his... Oh my god, his single team 0 restore mass driver bulker. Those are actually a phenomenal target for the missiles. Bonk. Yeah, this is why I bring... You can get more fire rate this way, but sometimes having 2 bulkers with a good volume of DC is actually worth on the mass driver front. Alright, ANS is capped Echo. They're moving off. Oh man, the VX2 just suffering immensely under this weight of mass driver fire. It can barely move. VX1 and the S1 able to move off. Oh, Voxel 1, Voxel 2, Sprinter 1. Okay, okay. Oh, that's lame. Like, give your ships actual names. Boo. Everybody boo Basil. Oh my god. Oh, that's a little bit of overkill. That is dead. And that's some good hits. Gamma continuing to be terrifying, dodging like half the volley even with a damaged voxel at extremely close range. A few more rocket lands. Yeah, these voxels on Charlie are going to be in big trouble, especially with the 450 bulkers looking directly at them. Going to be able to punch out a lot of these damaged components. Dance with Angels is probably going down real fast, and Away with Your Fairies is going to be close behind it. I don't know, it might be able to get cover and cap points. Yeah, like right in this little sliver right here. Annis really needs the point cap. Yeah, there goes the Dance with Your Angels. So they are behind after losing Delta, and they've kind of overcommitted. Like, they overcommitted to Delta a little bit, and then they rotated around the backside of their own map, and they've overcommitted to Echo now. And OSP just has the shape on them to attack from kind of every angle. It's unfortunate too, because it's a really well-rounded fleet build. I think if Tyr was a little better on the missiles, they could have controlled the battle space more by picking off more of those scouts. Even though these aren't necessarily scout killer missiles, they're... Please let me over there. All right. Scout killer missiles, they are cheap enough that it's worth spending on scouts in smaller quantities. God, I keep forgetting you can't click on things under this. I need to, like, just spam ping mazer someday to fucking fix that shit.
Enemy secured zone common.
Because that is just straight up an error. There's no way that's on purpose. And it's something I mentioned once in the feature suggestion, but since it's a spectator change, it didn't get much love. And these shuttles getting torn to shreds by the Emblem Subber and the Ruby Ascended. A little bit of missile support as well, but the rails are really good against shuttles. Oh man, one DC team on these. And so is RPF of all kinds. Trying to get this crazy flank off on Basil's Forest, but it's just not going to be good enough. Some more missiles going out. Rockets, I mean. Voxel 1 eating quite a few of them. Not dodging with great effect, though it's extremely difficult to do that at that close range. It might even be possible to... That's like a click and a half. Yeah, you ain't dodging anything in that range.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Thing just taking damage. Both teams have lost a lot of their front line. Although, well, I say that, but OSP's front line is extremely bruised, but they have not actually lost a lot of mini ships.
The enemy is securing zone Eclipse. We are contesting zone Atlas.
Tyr forced to stick and hold on Alpha with his missile ships, which means a second pack.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Oh, that's good play. A second pack of shuttles are going to be able to come up here and missile these to smithereenies. Because these things can't really do much about that, especially now that they're extremely low on missiles. And they need to retain one to contest the point. And these Reigns boxes are not going to be able to dodge very effectively. However, just missing! Oh no! Jump the gun just a little bit here. Getting a colossal volume of munitions just whoop out into the void. And it was down. Amon Ra's taking a lot of damage. Tooth down. Puff is down.
Zone Atlas.
Yeah, Amon Ra's the only one left.
The enemy secured zone Eclipse.
And there it goes. Missile Reigns defeated. Enemy officer defeated. That one goes out to all you Dynasty Warriors 3 enjoyers out there. Damn, look at the defenders go. Chad fenders. AMM's coming out, not even needed. Defenders able to just remove the rockets as a meaningful threat. Sometimes if you get to the right angle, they just do that. It's very cool. And if you don't get the right angle, they don't kill any of them, and it's very sad. You explode and say, God damn it, why do I have one type of point defense?
The enemy
Basil's
secured
still
zone
doing your
Atlas.
damnedest to
Kill.
Shuttles on Echo. OSP has an overwhelming cap advantage, though, 4-1. Charlie's all the ANS has, and I don't think they can hold it. Not with the Andalusite coming over the top here, which will be able to punch out away with your fairies, and probably deal with until the lights go out. But you really want the MDs for the smaller vessels.
It's a rout.
What's with me in old games today? So many AMMs being thrown away against the rockets. Some of them are actually getting lands and doing good work. But when you're at this weird angle, they tend to whoosh off into the void.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Corvo mentioned something about cold launched rockets or AMMs being preferable to the new AMM targeting or damage calculator system thing. For those of you who don't know, AMMs now, instead of dealing damage based on whether or not they're at the relative speed, or based on the speed of interception, and for those of you who really didn't know, yes, that is how they used to work. They now deal damage based on their angle of attack. So if they're coming head-to-head to a missile, they're almost guaranteed going to be dealing damage to it, but if they're coming in at like an off angle, they'll be like perpendicular. There'll be a lot less chance of it doing damage. Which means AMMs are in general a lot more reliable when used well, and a little less reliable on offsets than they were, instead of it being based on speed and them being not fucking useful 80% of the time. Which is a good change. It's definitely a buff. It's a pretty sizable buff, changing the damage model that way. But it was sorely needed. AMMs are already really hard to justify due to their low points efficiency, but sometimes you just get completely screwed on the rolls. And that would be the end of it. Your ship would die without doing hardly any point defense, because the AMMs just pom-pom didn't work. But that problem has hopefully been solved. ANS test really trying to hold on. Pyre up about the only person left in this game. Basil is around. These are in better condition than I thought. Gamma, poor Gamma. Gave her life on Charlie. We need to make a change to the music situation here. Been being lazy. I haven't wanted to manage this stuff manually. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Do that. And then we're gonna... well, we're actually gonna turn up the volume. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the OSP victory song.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
Ruby Ascended getting surrounded. The Emblem of Summer also getting surrounded. Getting a lot of damage. They're sticking holding on Alpha, but they're just eating fire from every direction. They got 450s and mass drivers from above. They've got, well, they had rocket shuttles from below, but those have mostly been downed. Graphite's still floating around, capping the point, or forcing them to stay and cap the point anyways. Gun cotton here as well. Until the lights go out. Staying true to its name, capping Delta. ANS 220 points behind. Gamma, no hesitation. Going after the open point. Absolutely legendary.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas. The enemy secured zone Dagger.
some are downed. Ruby's tended not in bad shape at all, actually. Quite healthy. Spinning your repair on a radar panel. Which hurts, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, we're gonna listen to that one more time.
The enemy is securing Zone Dagger. The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Not because I'm biased or anything. OSP's managed to recap Charlie, and they're recapping Delta, and they've recapped Alpha. And that's back to just holding Echo, which they've held pretty much the entire game, actually, after the first little push down there to take it. Which was impressive, honestly. This has been doing a much better job in the frontline ships than I was expecting. It hasn't just been Basil, obviously. Everybody's been fighting everywhere, but I don't think Basil's actually been shooting much, but been doing a lot of good positional gameplay. Hold on, there's got to be a good screenshot in here somewhere. I'll fire another round, Pyro. What are you shooting at? Aha. It's quite a long fire for that one. Bravo! Until the lights go out inside the OSP's natural, there's nothing here to control it. Washington's here, but it's what guns? It actually does have a 250 cannon on the nose. It could go and control Bravo. Ooh, mass drivers. Yeah, that's gonna deal with that real fast. Oh my. Plonk. See you later. Main engine taken out immediately, interrupt taken out immediately, whiplash going down like heroics. Swoosh. Man, the mass drivers look really good on Styx. Anybody notice that? Because it's such a dark map. The muzzle flash and the like that, and the shots from these looks really good. Bright light in the dark. Super cool. What is? Oh shit! I see a decoy flying. What's going on up there, Clog? Yeah, that'll kill it. Firing a few more for good measure. Bravo yoink. The Washington can recap it. Easy peasy. Oh no, the Houston on Echo. Oh, it is. It's all over but the crying. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Why am I like this? I think for the next match I need to grab the Dynasty Warriors 3 music. Wait, look at that! Look at how cool that looks! Let's get over here. Let's see, we're just in camera mode now, so I hope you like this cinematic sort of stuff. So this is what I do in Empire War. When you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure we got it. Oh shit, some insta stages. Ah, all going into the rock, unfortunately. When you're like really sure you're gonna win, you just hop into cinematic mode and just start looking around at everything and having a blast.
The enemy is securing Zone Boxer. The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Ruby Synod eating an inordinate volume of Mass Driver and 450 fire. Very good game. And it's kind of got dumpstered there. But it was cool to see. I think the main problem was map presence. The two voxel teams suffered from the mass drivers, and the missileers weren't able to handle the mass drivers. One backline was more effective than the other, and backline is just such a huge deal. Such a huge deal. Alright, let's go through this AAR. Yeah, Basil not really doing much combat-wise with the voxel team. Unfortunate. Good positional play, though. Good positional play. Travis. Okay, not bad. More
really
positional
tiring
play.
to just not be able to kill things and then die in 3 seconds. Really bloody tiring.
That's fine. We got cringed by shuttles, man. That's cool.
Worst part is that CLs are supposed to be the counter to shuttles. Because of 250 RPM. But when I shoot it at the shuttles, they will die.
That's okay. GG.
GG, everyone.
Gotta get him in open space. They kept getting you close on.
Yeah, that was a difficult map, just given what we both entered with on both sides.
Yeah.
Uh.
I should play missiles again.
That's
exactly what we're testing.
Apps, because if it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if map is fine, then the enemy brings shuttles. Can't kill them because RPF needs space. But if the map is big, the OSB just brings bulkers and they kill you with 8 billion rounds of 250, which you can't match.
Oh no, I was firing 450.
I know, it's a
I get the
representative
principle.
situation.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just
Yeah, I did my best, but I didn't really have any options that game. I really don't think there's anything I could have done better.
Who launched that like missile salvo over C point? That first missile salvo.
It's tier.
Yeah, that did some pretty good damage. You took out. It basically started like 30 fires on one of my bulkers, which was really spooky. But then all the casemates had like stupid amounts of health.
Yeah, I can say extremely theoretical ways you guys could have had things go better, but honestly, I don't even have any concrete ideas that definitely would have been improvement.
I mean, one thing would have been to link up the CL squadrons, because if CLs kind of need mass to kill things.
Exactly, yeah.
I think the main problem.
But if you did that in the wrong position, though, they would have all just been torn apart by being more detectable. So you would have had to have really successfully ambushed with that as well.
Yeah, me and Rymark were staying way off in the black, away from all forms of rock.
I think the main issue was that ANS didn't have very many dedicated capping vessels, and so the voxel teams had to do that, and that put them in vulnerable and easily ambushable positions.
Yeah, we did kind of get lucky that two out of our 4 teammates brought just shuttle swarm, basically.
Yeah, Shuttle Swarm did a lot of work for us.
A lot of work. They were the MVPs, 100%.
Yeah.
What the heck is that? Oh.
And of course, then there was the fucking up my micro, because the one cap ship I did have, that should have beaten the shuttle in a 1v1, but I was getting messed up by trying to make sure it was out of the line of fire, and it was being shot by rails, so I needed to make sure my CLs didn't die, and then it died to rockets that I didn't see coming.
So, yeah, I was engaging shuttles, and I want to engage bulks and nacelles, but I was having to engage the shuttles. And I don't really have good guns for that.
Yeah.
At least not that many shuttles.
You basically have...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you have to give up your entire ability to defend against missiles if you want to actually be able to kill shuttles at the same time as the heavy things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that we basically used the shuttles as just kind of our front runners while all of the big ships stayed in the back. Probably did not help.
Yeah.
I was trying to engage the bulks, but yeah, I couldn't. There were too many shuttles everywhere.
Yep, MVP shuttle player.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see an OSP team that's just like 30 to 40 rocket shuttles.
I've seen it.
Trust me, you don't want to see that.
I mean,
Hey,
if
I
you
will
have-
say. Or go ahead.
if you have BBs, you don't even have to worry.
Yeah, that is called straight gambling, is what that is.
It could be like Minarius though, who had a lot of shuttles, but then had no Ocello just in the middle of the shuttles.
That was me actually, not Minaris.
Oh, it was? Wait,
It was?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought Minaris was the full had the one Ocello, not you. Sorry. No, I wasn't really keeping track of. There was so many ships on the map, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Either way, hey,
I
good
just
game.
all I knew was to lock ships that red lines are pointing towards from the back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do an
Well,
outro
GG.
and we can get the next one on the roll
GG.
after that. Okay. That was the game. ANS a little butthurt there, but OSP played really well with ambush plays on the shuttles. You just need to have more small ships when you're playing into something like this. This is what it comes down to. It's funny, Styx is actually usually a really bad map for rocket shuttles since it's so open. But they're able to play really well and get ambushes off in just the right way. Voxel players were able to hold range and cover points indirectly instead of having to sit on points and cap them. This would have been a very different ballgame, and we would have been laughing at playing Oops All Shuttles in 2023. Because it really is just as simple as stay away from them, lol. You need the right build for that, and these two voxel builds are not suited to that. These are self-contained swarms. You don't want to split any of these ships up, really. And then this is really heavy, and then this is also just missiles backline. Yeah, they just didn't have hardly any map presence. Full strategic defeat. Happens sometimes. That's the game. We're heading to the next one. Oh man, I'm so hungry. But I don't care, we're doing Missile Testulous. It wasn't actually that much Missile Testulous that game. Tier having more issues related to Cell Planner being whack. Not sure exactly what's going on there, but he'll get that figured out. Looks like he's gonna be getting it figured out tomorrow. Actually, it's very late for him. 3 AM. God. Crazy Polak. Yeah, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that was informational. I don't know, all you people who feel the pain of getting rocket shuttled. I will see you all in the battle space. Maybe I won't.